All right, guys, I want to show you this Model 3 I just picked up. It's a 2018 Model 3 long-range all-wheel drive. I've actually owned it for a couple weeks, but I'm right here at the Tesla Service Center. I just had it in for service. It was getting upgraded from the Autopilot 2.5 computer to the 3. If a car has the enhanced Autopilot, it can be upgraded to FSD for $2,000. So that's what I did. Now, I bought this a couple weeks ago, the day that Tesla announced that they are doing away with the full purchase of the $8,000 subscription service, and you could only subscribe to it. I thought, you know what, I'm going to try to find a car that has either FSD included or the enhanced Autopilot, because the enhanced Autopilot cars like this one can be upgraded for $2,000. So that's what I did. Guys, this was the cheapest car that I could find. I don't know if you can see how dented this up, but I got a dent over here, curved up wheels. I got a crack in the windshield. The front is a little damaged. You can kind of see how the bumpers cracked. I have no clue what happened there. This is dented in right there. Scrapes along the front bumper. And it's got like kind of the rear bumpers are, see that little dent there? Rear bumpers are not like perfectly aligned. I think this was dented in. And this has like 151,000 miles on it. Guys, but I picked this up for what was it? My out-the-door price, I had to pay taxes and registration and everything on it. It was like $10,600. Plus, I paid the $2,000 for enhanced Autopilot. For just over $12,000, I have a car that has the $8,000 FSD package on there. Now, 2018 was kind of a interesting year because you'll see a lot of cars with Autopilot, some with enhanced Autopilot, some with FSD, and then you'll even see some cars with what they call the Autopilot safety features, and that is what you want to stay away from, because that's a $3,000 upgrade just to get to Autopilot, and then another $8,000 for FSD. So this one's I thought it was a pretty good find. I thought it would be good to have a car in case I wanted to transfer the FSD to a new car within the next couple of months, if promotions kind of allow it, and I want one, if I find a new one that I want. So guys, that's something that I would look at doing. If you're looking at buying a new Tesla right now, like a Model 3 or Y, I look at getting an old one like this that has FSD on it, buy it, strip the FSD off, and then you can sell the car. Like, I could probably sell this for, I don't know, $9,000-$10,000 maybe, and I basically paid $2,000 for the FSD if I transfer to a new car. So it's a way to get FSD cheaper, and you can only upgrade these cars from enhanced Autopilot to FSD till February 14th of 2026. So it's kind of why I did that. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna get on the road here, kind of test this out, and we'll continue the video as we're driving back. All right, so one thing I wanted to tell you guys, I was interested in how quickly the FSD would like update to the car once I purchased it from the app. So if your car has enhanced Autopilot like this one did, on the app, I just purchased full self-driving capability for $2,000. I purchased it. I came into the car. It did quick update, and it immediately showed that the car had FSD, but it wouldn't do it wouldn't full self-drive because it needed the new computer. So it had computer 2.5, and now it has the Autopilot full self-driving, or the full self-driving computer 3. So it's not computer 4 that they're doing now, which is the latest computer. It still just has computer 3 because this older hardware, like the older camera system in these older cars, are part of, I guess that's part of hardware 3. So anyways, so it now has computer 3. It has FSD. It will full self-drive. You can get it immediately onto the car. So let's say if you wanted to, let's say if you bought a car like this that had enhanced Autopilot, you can immediately buy it, and it immediately shows it has FSD, but you do have to take it into the service center, and it's been here actually 3 days. I don't know why it took so long, but like, I had an appointment at noon, brought it there, they needed a full day, and then it's like after 4 o'clock the next day. So it's been here almost three days. This is really this is really nerdy Tesla stuff right here, guys, so bear with me here. Back in late 2023 and then early 2024, that 6-month period, Tesla was allowing free supercharging transfers to a new car. So I had 2 Model S's and I bought 2 Model Ys during that time, and I transferred free supercharging and on one of the cars, free FSD. And I'll leave you guys a link to that video where I talk about how I did that. I basically bought a Model 3 with FSD. I transferred to that new Y, had a Model S, took the free supercharging of that, transferred to the Y. So I have one Y with FSD paid for and free supercharging, and then the car my wife drives only has free supercharging. It's a 2023 Model Y long range. And I love the free supercharging, it's awesome, but I thought maybe it'd be cool if Tesla allows free supercharging transfers and FSD transfers. Then I could take the free supercharging off of her current Y, FSD off this car, add it to a new like 2026 Model Y long range, and we've got like the latest car, and we got free supercharging and FSD paid for, especially because FSD is going away as far as buying the package outright. You can only subscribe to it in the future starting after February 14th. So that was kind of the purpose behind buying this car with the free supercharging or the free FSD, is that it possibly could be transferred to a new car, and that's kind of the purpose of that. It was interesting to hear that Tesla is not allowing FSD package transfers to new cars after March 31st of this year, of 2026. So you can only buy it until February 14th, and then no more transfers after the 31st. I'm guessing that means that Tesla's valuing FSD at a lot more than $8,000. Why else would they get rid of being able to buy the package outright? That's what I'm assuming. And so if you think about how long you could keep the car and what it's worth, the $8,000 could be pretty valuable, especially once this the full self-driving becomes unsupervised, where you don't have to pay attention. You could sit in the driver's seat or the passenger seat, and then it just drives you, no driver at all in the seat, no driver paying attention. It will get to that point, and when it does, it's going to be more than $100 a month subscription fee, and it makes the car more valuable long term if it has the FSD fully paid for. So that's kind of the reasoning behind, wanting to get the FSD package onto that. Or guys, if Tesla is not going to allow the FSD transfers and I can't get the free supercharging transferred, I may not get a new car. I may just keep it on this car, and this could be like a robo-taxi. I mean, this is a really cheap car for $12,000. Really cheap car to be able to just use as a robo-taxi, that can go out and just drive and pick people up, pick my kids up on its own. And that would be pretty cool if this car could eventually do that, and it was only like a $12,000 car. So that was kind of the reasoning behind that. But I think it's interesting that Tesla's kind of come up with these time frames where you have to do something by a certain time frame. I think they're really trying to just get people to fork out more money for software packages or upgrade or trade in or get a new car, kind of a way to generate more sales, basically. Maybe a piece of advice: if you're looking for a new Model 3 or Y, I would look for an older 3 like this, or even a Model Y that has FSD fully paid for. Buy that car, transfer it to your new car, and then try to sell the car it came from for as much as you can. Maybe it costs you $2,000 or $3,000, but it's better than paying $8,000, and better than paying $100 a month in perpetuity, because you never know what that $100 could turn into. $150, $200, $250, $500. Who knows what the cost of FSD could be? So Tesla's kind of forcing our hand right now to really make decisions about what we want to do with FSD. I'm going to keep you guys updated on some of these offers that Tesla's offering over this next month and a half, 2 months. But kind of what I did as a way to get FSD pretty cheap, and we'll kind of see how it works out. But I'm also going to try to refurb the car a little bit, fix it up a little bit, just because it's got some, as you saw, some dents and dings on it. But ultimately, if I can transfer the FSD off of this, I might just keep this. I've got 2 more kids. I have one son who's driving. I have 2 more kids coming up that are close to driving age, and might be just a nice beater car to have, because kids are kind of hard on cars, and I think these Teslas are really good cars for kids to drive because they're really safe, they're easy to drive, a lot of safety features, cheap to drive as far as charging, not a lot of maintenance, so they're really good in that regard. kids can just, you know, plug in and charge. Don't have to worry about paying for gas or things like that. I don't want to have a nice car they can drive. So if something like this that's got kind of beat up a little bit, it's not going to matter if they put a few more scratches or dents in it. So kind of something I'm thinking about in that regard too. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. Stay tuned for more information and more updates on this car, and see you in the next video. Thanks.